start here. After my last deal, I had developed some severe stomach pain, and I was, I told my husband, I said, listen, I got a method to this, and I know how to deal with the pain. So I mean, this was excruciating pain. It was coming. It was almost like having contractions. I have 4 children. Like having contractions. Every 3 to 5 minutes, I would get this severe pain in the top of my stomach, and it would be so bad I would just like bear down and like that until it passed. And he kept saying, "You need to go to the hospital. You need to go get checked out. I mean, what are you doing?" So my mouth is a little dry. I'm trying to stay hydrated, and as I'm going through my recovery period right now, it's a little chilly out today. But anyhow, so long story short, after about a week of suffering, I go to the hospital, and I said, I need to know what's going on with my stomach. I mean, I have this severe pain and whatever, and I said, I need to know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I told him, I said, I'm a lupus patient, and I was telling all the medications and things like that. Well, so when they finally did the CT scan, because I wasn't going to leave without CT scan, they came back and the 2 doctors came to the bedside, and they were saying, well, we don't want you to be alarmed, but we want you to have this checked out further. We didn't do a CT with contrast because what we're seeing, we just don't want to make it worse. Well, keep in mind, as I'm waiting for the results, they had, I just heard this little voice that it was stomach cancer. You know how you hear things and you say, oh, I heard it. But I wasn't afraid. I just said, okay. So when they came to the bedside, I was like, okay, what is it? So we want you to, first they were going to keep me, and they said, well, no, we're going to go ahead and discharge you, and I want you to get with the specialist within 2 days. Can't be any longer than 2 days. Okay, so now you got my mind on. Although I'm not worried. Okay, we'll see what comes of it. I get to all my doctors, the gastroenterologist, the rheumatologist, my nephrologist, and my primary care. I have 4 doctors that I'm working with. So, long story short, I ended up having an endoscopy. I had an endoscopy. Now this is when I was still walking. I was doing fine, no problem. But I had begun to lose weight drastically. So I had the endoscopy. When the endoscopy report came back, well, it showed that I had an ulcer. So they sent it off for a biopsy, and the biopsy showed that I have something called H. pylori. And with H. pylori, if it is not treated, you risk a chance of developing stomach cancer. Okay, so I had to go through this bout of that. And in the midst of all of that, I'm starting to have severe lupus flares. The stress of waiting for the biopsy, the stress of, just the body went into a severe lupus flare, and I was debilitated. I could not walk. I could not eat because of the ulcer. And the other thing that was going on, literally, I could not walk. I could barely move. And as you can see, I'm a little thin. And my husband used the term, I look gaunt. That means near death.